Hello and welcome to the next tutorial by Dixie Decoys. My name is Brad Sanders, president of Dixie Decoys, and I'm excited to introduce to you the next generation of the Heritage Series, the Heritage Series Generation G. In this short video, we'll first introduce the new Heritage Series Generation G, then we'll go through the prep process to get them ready for paint. Finally, we'll assemble the head to the decoy and talk about painting tips to make sure that you achieve the best possible finish for your gunning decoys. The arrival of the Heritage Series Generation G marks the culmination of a 3-year journey to improve upon our initial foam decoy design and bring you what you see today. There are a number of improvements, but you'll notice that the cosmetic nature of the decoy that stands for what our company believes in, that historical traditional gunning style, has not changed. Most of the improvements that you'll see are actually inside and under the decoy. The true beauty of the Heritage Series is found in the fact that it directly and tangibly connects you to your gunning heritage through its historically inspired design. But through the materials used and the technology involved in the manufacturing process and under the decoy, we provide you all of the modern technology that you demand on the water today. When you first pick up the Heritage Series, the very first thing you'll notice is the rich wood grain texture and carving marks left by artist and carver Keith Hendrickson in the original decoy. These were intentionally left in to bring out that historical character that embodies our brand. As you look at the diver body, you'll notice some large suction cavities on either side of the keel. What this does is creates a vacuum effect that glues your decoy to the surface of the water, even in the heaviest of chop. As we examine the underside of the decoy further, you'll notice a small hole in the bottom of the keel. This is where a magnet holds the steel ballast weight inside of the keel during manufacturing. What this translates to is a steel weight that is almost fully enclosed in foam, protecting it from salt water and other corrosive effects. With a little bit of maintenance, as we'll talk about later, you can ensure that your keel weight remains rust-free for generations. For decades, the foam decoy industry has tried to overcome the strikes and blows experienced by foam decoy bills by making the heads harder and heavier. The new Durabil heads take a counterintuitive approach by flexing with those strikes and blows, thereby protecting the integrity of the head and the rest of the decoy. As of the making of this video in January 2020, there are currently 1 diver body and 2 heads for the diver, a canvasback and a bluebill redhead, and there is also a puddle duck body with a mallard style head that will work for mallards, pintails, gadwalls, black ducks, and really whatever else you can use your imagination for. Expect in the coming months and years for us to introduce more species and more heads for both the puddle and the diver duck to make sure that you have more diversity in your spread. We encourage you to experiment with your own process to achieve effective cleaning results on the surface of your decoy, but here's the 2-step process that we have found to be the most effective. The very first thing I've done is prepared a solution of water and a commercial grade degreasing agent in one tub and clean rinse water in the other. Now the cleaning tub you want to make as hot as you can possibly stand. Now when it is time to start scrubbing the surface of the decoy, make sure you use some protective handwear, not because this chemical is especially caustic, but it will certainly dry out your hands if you're cleaning 6 or more decoys at a time. Additionally, the water is very hot, so this will provide a little bit of insulation to allow you to get the water even hotter, which will be more effective. Finally, get a good scratch pad. In this case, I'm using green, but a maroon or a gray one, a little bit more abrasive, will be even more helpful. Scrub the surface of the decoy with the scratch pad until any remnants of the waxy coating are gone. When you're cleaning, pay particular attention to any crevices or corners where some of that mold release agent might hide. Once you're satisfied with the first cleaning step, move it to the rinse water and thoroughly wash away any residual cleaning solution. Moving into step 2, we're going to switch to that pumice-based product. Rather than just dumping it in the water, we want it to form a bit of a paste. So I'll grab our scratch pad and pour it on there and move it around till it's a bit of a paste. And then we'll start scrubbing the surface of the decoy again. Last is we'll give these a thorough rinsing and set them to dry. There are 2 criteria you're looking for to check that all of the mold release is gone. The first is that the clean decoy should have a matte finish with a rough texture. the unclean decoy will still have a smooth texture and have a little bit of a sheen to it. The second characteristic that you're looking to check for is that the water does not bead off of the surface when you remove the decoy from the rinse bath. Rather, the water should remain in one solid sheet on the surface of the decoy as it dries. The final step in the process before paint is to assemble the head to the body. The new Durabil heads incorporate a threaded fitting inside of the head that accepts a 1/4x20 6-inch stainless steel eye bolt included with every decoy. To attach the head to the body, simply insert the eye bolt through the bottom of the body and begin the thread into the base of the head. To finish, use an Allen key inside of the drill to slowly and steadily tighten the head. Be sure not to over tighten, as this may pull the threaded fitting out of the head. Your Heritage Series Generation G decoy is now ready for paint. The integrated primer coating will accept both oils and latex paint. We have partnered with Parker Paints because of their years of proven durability. If you visit dixiedecoys.com/paints, you can see a complete species-specific list of paint kits available for our Heritage Series, or if you have your own decoys. If you choose to use Parker Paints, you'll require no other application other than the paints themselves. If you choose to use latex paints, we recommend that you apply a clear coat over the top of that paint, because we have seen that latex paint, as it gets in the water, will soften, and during transport the decoys will rub and they'll trade paint. You won't have that problem with Parker Paints, so that's why we recommend you stick with them. As I always like to say, thank you for inviting us into the duck blind with you to be part of your most important sporting memories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.